have a Facebook page called Study in France. Become part of that. I sometimes actually go live and then answer your questions, so make sure that you become part of that. Let's start the video. Alright guys, welcome back once again. I'm sitting here with Chakrathar. First of all, welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
And he's a fresh graduate in December 2018 from Schema Business School, which is right behind us. By the way, this is Sofia Antipolis campus, which is in the southern part of France. Yeah, we're gonna have a separate video talking about like the campus tour and what kind of programs do they offer. Coming back to the core part of this video. Chakrathar, a lot of people wish to start their own ventures, right? Some do it tomorrow, some do it today, some would do it probably 5 years down the line, 20 years down the line.
Yeah.
Everybody looks for a financial freedom.
Exactly.
Right? You chose this path. Okay, before we get into all these details, why don't you just go ahead and give who are you as a person so that my audience understand?
Hello guys, this is Chakrathar. I'm basically from Andhra Pradesh in India. I'm basically electrical engineer. I've completed my bachelor's way back in 2007, which is too far from now. Being an electrical engineer, I even had dreams of doing something in my core and stuff, but things changed. My path have changed from core subjects to IT, where I work for Microsoft services, supporting them. And then I moved on. After 1 year, I started my own business in India, being bachelor's, like very young, like 2008 I started my own business and continued it till 2013, and I thought of taking a break and worked in Malaysia in oil and gas industry, which is again a different step which I took, you know. My whole career is mixture of different steps, you know, in working in different areas.
That's true. Thanks a lot for that information. A lot of people have tuned in this video trying to understand how should I start my own venture in France. Post completion, a lot of people do have ideas. They just don't know if there is any way to get that idea into execution mode or into reality also. You've already gone through that process very recently.
Yes.
Let's just start with what is this visa first of all, so that foreigners who are not from France and not Europeans would get an idea of.
Basically, to start with, if you have a thought of doing your own business, you have several ways to do it. You can be a self-employee where you are the only employee for the company, and you get a self-employee status. You can apply for a self-employed status for that. So in which you can actually get in touch with any number of companies or any number of clients, and you can invoice them and get your payments done.
So it's like a freelance job.
Exactly. It's a freelance job, but you know, in France you need to have status for everything that you do. I came here on a student status, so I didn't go through the usual path where APS and blah, blah. I chose a different way, started a company, and then I've applied directly an auto entrepreneur status to the prefecture.
Entrepreneur status.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a status which will help people with his entrepreneur skills and ideas to start a business in such a way that, you know, it benefits you in a different way. Basically, you can start your own business, you can work for it, you take salary or not, that's really out of the box.
Okay.
You get your business rolling down, and the best part is you can work for somebody else. When you have an auto entrepreneur status, you can work as a freelancer to other companies. So the government will not stop you by getting the payments. So because usually in France, what happens is if someone is starting a business, the working partners or whoever is working can take a salary or cannot. It's their wish. It depends on your budget. It depends on your capital. So for me, I'm not taking salary. So how do I survive? So this auto entrepreneur status will give me an opportunity to work for any other company as a freelancer. Like consulting, like you do some help to them and they pay you, because you have an auto entrepreneur status and you can invoice them. You can raise an invoice and you can get the payment.
One question. I want to one step back. You said you started this company while you were a student. How can you do that? Was your company registered on your co-founder's name? Because he's a French guy?
Yes. You're right. So I made a small trick here, because while I was talking to my accountant, she said the same, like, you are a student now and you cannot start a company now. So what I did is, my French partner is holding 90% of the shares and I'm holding 10% of the shares. Because let me tell you guys, in France, a student can hold 20% of shares in any company. While you're a student. Yes.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
How do I change from student status to auto entrepreneur status?
Okay.
Can you walk us through?
In order to have this status, there are 3 ways. One, you can contact CCI, which is a government body.
Okay.
When you have a business idea, you will have to make a business plan and make all these paperwork for making your business. And then you go contact them, apply, they review it, they will train you, blah, 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 and they get you the investors, and then they'll help you with the status change.
Right.
Number 2 is private or third-party accelerators or incubators who will help you with that. Number 3 is doing it individually. If you have your enough funds with you, so you can register a company and then you go to the prefecture. You can contact any immigration lawyer to help you out with this. I would prefer you to go with a lawyer. It won't cost you so much. It might cost you around 535 euros, which I paid as well.
So like third option.
That's a third option, which you start it on your own.
Right.
So the thing is, you just have to provide enough paperwork. You don't have to provide your business plan. You do not. You do not.
Wow.
When you do it on your own. Because you have your own company registered.
Right.
So you will get a document called KBIS extract when you open a company. So that is nothing but your company registration document.
Right.
So that, and you have to show your bank document. I mean, the bank account is open.
Okay.
And there is something called SERFA.
Okay.
SERFA is a document provided by the employer when you change your status to salary when you're working.
Right.
In the same way, for you to apply for an auto entrepreneur status, you have to provide a SERFA document which will give the financial analysis of the company.
All right.
Okay. And apart from this, you have to provide your education documents. Like, for example, I did my master's here, but by then when I registered my company and I applied for auto entrepreneur status, I haven't got my degree as well. But I have the transcripts.
Right.
But I have the transcripts.
Okay, yeah.
So I took the transcripts. You apply with the transcripts, your passport, your visa, your housing, and your office address, and your office agreement, and all these things along with this offer document. These are the list of documents required.
Wow.
And boom, you apply for it, and you'll be given a récépissé, which is nothing but a temporary stay. You will be given a document.
Is that what you are in right now?
Exactly. I'm in récépissé for auto entrepreneur, but usually they give you récépissé for 6 months.
Okay.
So I applied it in September. So the
September 2018.
And they've given me a temporary visa, which is nothing but récépissé. Till March 2019. I might get my status approved and go with other, further proceedings, like go to OFI and get the stamp done. OFI is a department which will give you a stamp on your passport.
Right.
They chop on your passport with your visa stuff, everything.
Yeah.
So right now I'm in récépissé, and maybe I'm expecting to get my approval maybe end of this month or next month.
How long do you get this visa for?
Yeah, basically auto entrepreneur status will be given for either 4 years or 10 years.
That's a lot of time.
Exactly.
Okay.
That depends on your profile and your paperwork and the necessity of your business. For example, if your business is really established here, definitely you might have a higher chances to get a 10 years visa.
Right.
But out of my research, I'm really sorry, and I don't want to offend people who might say that no, this is wrong. This is what I know from research that I've done through my lawyers.
Yeah.
So usually for a person like me, a small startup, I might get 4 years of visa.
Okay. So 4 years.
Yeah.
All right. So how long this whole process takes?
Anywhere between 6 weeks to 12.
How much funding should I already have before I get into all this process?
I didn't think much about it, and there is nothing such written in it unless until you are going for a business visa.
Right.
If you are going for a business visa, the minimum funds is around 50,000 euros.
Yeah. I mean,
so for me, it's an auto entrepreneur status, which says that I'm pleading to the prefecture, to the government, saying that, hey, see, I have a business idea and I've started my business, and in order to run my business and earn something and do my living, I have to stay here. So I need a visa. So that is it.
Makes sense.
So this doesn't require your financial status in a priority, actually.
Okay.
The priority is, what are you doing here?
Right. And do they also question you whether your business is going to really work or not? Something like this?
I haven't got questioned.
No.
To be frank, I went to the prefecture. I took there's no appointment, to be frank.
I went to the prefecture with my documents. They reviewed my documents, and first phase they gave me a number. I mean, a big form actually, a folded sheet. They asked me to write in all the details. I've given all the information and passed it on. Okay, the lady who was actually taking these papers have questioned me a bit, like, where is this business? What do you do? Where is it? And is it running? How is it? Blah blah blah. That's it. And she gave me the recipe. That's it.
On that note, I would like to end this video. Thanks a lot once again for sharing such a knowledgeable part of your career with us, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people might have these aspirations what you have, and they would also want to establish something of their own post completion of their studies. Cool then, Chakrathar. Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, means a lot.